Good morning everyone, I hope you're having a good day. It's Sunday and you join me at the point where I realise, I'm going to zoom in right in here, that I do not know where the screwdriver is for this overlocker. Oh my word, it's not in this pot of doom or this pot of doom. I think not pots of doom really, but I'm sure we've all got pots that look like that. This overlocker, I've not had it very long. It was gifted to me, which is very lovely. It was in its original box and everything. But I have absolutely no idea where that screwdriver is. So I'm going to wait for the husband to come back from cycling, and probably then he'll have to get a screwdriver from work, I should think, because that is eeny weeny. And you can see what's happened. The old right needle has just gone ping. And I'm kind of not surprised because I just decided to whack a whole load of trouser seams through it. It didn't like it, and guess what? The needle paid for it. So yeah, lesson learned there really. But anyway, I was taking in the duet trousers, not by unpicking it. Oh no, I'm a bit of a bodger when it comes to that sort of thing. So I tacked it to see if I liked it. And it was going to fit, and it did, so I just decided to sew it in really. So if I stop filming here, I shall show you the inside seams. I'm sorry for the purist sewers amongst you and I know there are plenty, so I'm really sorry about that, but literally I just took it in and then took it in and re-overlocked it to lose all the edges. That you can see it started to chew it up around here, and that's when it went ping. Which is not surprising really, Cara, because there's like so much thickness here. I didn't take in the zip side because obviously I don't want to have to take the zip out, and the rest of it was fine. But yeah, so I've just basically, actually that's not a seam, is it? Hang on a sec. Oh, I can't find a seam that I've taken in. But anyway, so the duet trousers are fitting. Afternoon everyone, I am officially crazy. It is raining quite hard. I'm outside in the garden and just about to make a wreath, so I'll insert a picture here somewhere. But yeah, this was a wreath I've had for about, I've got to say 15 years I guess, so just a fake wreath obviously, the wire and things, and it was all just looking old and tired, so I decided to cut off the foliage, the plastic foliage that was on there, and I'm going to rearrange it with fresh foliage which I've just picked from obliging hedgerows and things. So yeah, I won't film the process because it's pouring with rain, but I'll show you the process at the end. I've kind of forgotten how prickly holly is, but here's the finished result. So just yeah, recycled the old base, and yeah, so really pretty. It's really pretty. Then I've got this little windowsill in our porch, so I've just done a little display there underneath a little star. So yeah, so there you go, a little bit festive decorating, flower arranging, whatever today, so something a little bit different. I hope you're having a great Sunday everybody. Take care. Hello everybody, so I thought you ought to see at least some footage of my face. I'm looking particularly Sunday-esque, so apologies in advance. It's actually now the evening, so it must be about 4:30 I reckon, something like that. And I've taken you with me, across the day for some various things, starting off with the breaking of an overlocker this morning, not breaking like permanently, but annoyingly breaking the needles of my overlocker. Definitely got hot tub hair. Oh my word, how many times in a hot tub can you go in a hot tub over one weekend? Absolutely loving it. Just, yeah, brilliant. Seeing the smile on my face, seeing the smile on my daughter's face and my husband's, and I can sense my own smile, obviously. Just magical moments. So long may that continue. So very, very exciting. But yeah, so I don't want to bust any myths here at all. Yeah, you're with me for the honesty of the ride as much as anything else. And when I need to take something in, sometimes I'm really good, sometimes I'm not. Most of the time, I just make it work, and that's what happened in the case of my duet trousers. So I'm quite surprised I didn't do it before actually, but basically I basically turned them inside out, so they're right side together, and took in all the seams that I needed to be taken in. That doesn't create brilliant alignment of the seams, but you know what? I've made garments in the past where the seams aren't perfect. It's made the seams a little bit more bulky because obviously you've got more seams that are going together that aren't actually meant to be sewn together. But I'm delighted with the result. And you know what, at the end of the day, to have something wearable that you're not going to not reach for because you know it doesn't fit very well, I'm all right with that. But I knew when I was sewing it that my overlocker's like basically going arr, arr, arr. This is not a good sound. So yeah, and then ping. So utterly my fault, but I was just one of those things. I have no idea what I've done with the screwdriver. They are the tiniest little screws on that overlocker. It's known as the Lidl overlocker, and actually it's a really good cut and a really good sew, but it is incredibly complicated to thread. I have to have watched a YouTube video when I was doing that of someone who was doing it, because yeah, this one, the brother, very straightforward, and although my eyesight isn't great, this takes moments really to thread, most days that is, whereas the one on the floor I was hoping never ever to have to touch that ever again, which obviously is an unrealistic expectation in an overlocker, which is why I threaded it up with grey, because that's sort of middle of the road and pretty much goes with everything. So I've got black in this one generally speaking and grey in the other. So that's kind of like put a to my events this morning. And then, do you know what? I just decided to walk away from sewing per se, because yeah, it's been some interesting things happening in my sewing room this week. But I'm fine with that. Gosh, I've made a pair of trousers, a beautiful jumper, a disaster of some leggings, but that wasn't the disaster of the leggings, that was my stupidity for the fabric. And so today I think I've taken you on a journey with me to, I've forgotten now, I forgot what I filmed today, but I made a wreath which I'm really pleased with. I actually wanted to make a really big wreath, but I didn't want to spend any money on the so I've got this lovely porch area and I wanted to put a huge wreath onto it, but I didn't want to spend any money on the ring. And in the roof was the wreath that I've had for years and years, maybe 15 years I reckon, and it's all sort of all split and dried, and although it's plastic and, you know, fake fur and all that sort of stuff, I thought, you know what, I'm going to cut the old one, cut the old bits off and use the circle, so the ring part, and then just an obliging holly bush and things from local fields and yeah, and parks and things. So just foraged a tiny bit of ivy and some holly and some berries and things. So I made a wreath and sort of a windowsill display as well. So I'm really pleased with that. In the pouring rain, can I add, which also hasn't helped the whole hair situation. And then I've just spent about an hour or so putting together three PDF patterns. So I've put together the rye jacket from Sussex Seamstress, which is what I'm going to make the denim out of. Do you know what? I think actually I'm going to whiz together a quick toile of that. So I've got a duvet cover in my fabric box there. I'm going to yawn, sorry. I've got a duvet cover there that I'm going to use that for, and I'm just going to cut out just the main bit of the jacket and the sleeves, not worry about the colour or anything, and just make the fit, sure the fit's going to be okay on that. And then I cut out what I thought was going to be the Lander trousers, although I think I'm going to make the Persephone trousers because I know they fit really well. And for some reason I've printed off the shorts, which is not very helpful, but it's very confusing because it says Landers and shorts. So I figured that was like a leg with a cut line for shorts, but I seem to have printed out the shorts, which, you know what, is probably not a bad shout, because obviously if I wanted to do a fitting of that, it's just the shorts part that I need to fit. And you know, I think I've got some, I don't know if I've got enough, but I think I've got some pink corduroy or sort of rose colour corduroy that would look really cool as a pair of shorts, and I can wear with the tights. So I might, you know, go with the flow on it, not sure. And then the last thing I printed out is a sort of asymmetric, I might have to dig out the picture of it if I can find it, if I've got a screenshot of it, asymmetric polo neck jumper from Grasser Patterns, which is the only pattern I bought in the Black Friday sales. I can't remember how much it was ridiculous though. I think it was $2.80, I think. I'm not sure. Or it might have been ruples, but I forget now, but it was a bargain. So I'm going to make that out of the green rib jersey that I've got. So I think that'll go really nicely with those new trousers and things like that. So that's what I got up to. So this evening, although it's dark and dingy and raining, I've got my father-in-law and his wife coming over, so I'm looking forward to seeing them. I haven't seen them for ages, and we're going to walk around the road to see the lights that I showed you guys last week, and then we're going to come back home, go in the hot tub. It's the first time we've seen the hot tub, so that'd be really good fun. And then we're going to watch the Strictly Results final, Strictly Results tonight, because it's the final of that next week. Oh my word, Strictly's over as of next week. We always say this every year, what are we going to do without Strictly? I absolutely love watching it. But let's do the advent calendar. So day 12, oh, seem to park something in the way. Where are you, day 12? Ah, right in the middle. Okay. Oh, need some glasses. So, okay. Well, thank you for your comments on my garden renovation last night. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. Looks like I've gone, and I know it's upright footage and not portrait footage. Was never intending to put it into a YouTube video, I suppose. But I go from this. So this is from yesterday, in case you're wondering. I was showing the pictures of the garden renovations. But I go from like sunny and birds singing and lots of greenery and stuff to what essentially is quite a grey landscape in our garden, which is purposeful, but I haven't put all the plants in and things. And this time of year in England, birds don't sing unless you're a blackbird or a robin. So I haven't killed off all the birds in my garden. There just genuinely are less of them this time of year. But yeah, thank you for your comments on that. Okay. Okay, right, quite a simple question this evening. So today's question is, how long have I been sewing? So probably, actually, obviously I don't know what order these questions come in. So that's actually quite similar to my answer last night, which I think was, I can't remember. One of the questions was, how did I learn to sew? But how long have I been sewing? I have been sewing about 7 years. It might be 8. And it says quite a similar answer to the other day. Completely self-taught, more or less, and just always had a passion for it. But I can honestly say that in all that time, my passion has rarely dwindled. I have been sewing fairly prolifically for about 7 or 8 years. I started off with sort of pajama bottoms. Actually, that's not true. I did make some pajama bottoms with sort of elasticated waist. But actually, my first pattern was quite a complicated 1960s dress. It looks incredibly like the Betty dress from Sew Over It, because as I said the other day, I started on the big four and then transitioned to indie patterns. But it's lovely. It's got this sort of so it's like the Betty dress, so big full skirt. And do you know what? I made and wore loads of those for a good couple of years. Actually, I kept making the same sort of thing. Not because I wasn't diversifying, I just absolutely loved the big petticoats, the beautiful, pretty, and that was in the days when I was discovering fabric, really, because you can make those dresses out of quilting cotton effectively, and it's really, really perfect for that in terms of structure and easy to sew with and all those things. Didn't really need to worry about invisible zips and all that, although I think I probably did invisible zips. Probably not that invisible, I shouldn't think, but that's where I started and sort of evolved from there. So quite an easy question, actually, but I'd love to know how long you guys have been sewing. You're so kind to comment on my videos, so let me know how long you've been sewing for. I can't believe it's the end of another weekend. How did that happen? It's just whizzed by. Yesterday and today's videos are very short. Well, trying to fit sewing, vlogging and a hot tub into a life is a new wonderful dilemma I have. P.S. I haven't taken this Nora off really since I made it. It's just exactly what I was looking for. And I know this was an investment piece of fabric, but what better way to use a piece of fabric than to wear it all the time? That's the whole point, isn't it? And today I've got it on with black leggings, and I'm really pleased with it actually, because you know my debacle over the teal jersey that I thought was going to be right and wasn't. But actually, because I was worried that I wasn't sure what to wear this with, because as beautiful as it is and as colourful as it is, I wasn't sure what it goes with. But actually, with the black leggings and therefore black jeans, it'll be absolutely fine. And I love it because it's so snuggly and just, yeah, it's perfect. So yeah, I'm going to leave it for today. Weekend over, back to work tomorrow. I've got a short week this week. I'm working Monday to Thursday, then I'm at an event on Friday that I can't film at all. So I may not have a video come out on Friday, so sorry about that. And then, but Saturday, going up to London to see the lights. Just me and Molly. We're not going inside anywhere particular, other than maybe to grab a takeaway drink or something. We are highly aware of the COVID risks that are present at the moment, but we want to try and carve out living our lives around this horridness of COVID. So we're going to go up and just Molly's done us an itinerary of walking to go and see the lights on Oxford Street and Regent Street, and I think then we're going to Carnaby Street, I want to say, Trafalgar Square, and then round to Covent Garden and then back home again. So be a few hours in London, I think. We're going up late afternoon, so should be nice. I'm really looking forward to that. So not a shopping trip, although we'll possibly duck into somewhere if somewhere is open, but no, it's just me and her just having some fun, because after that I am then off work until around to Christmas. So I've got some nice things happening this week. I'm doing just a quick lunch with my work colleagues, and we're not having a do or anything for obvious reasons, so that's happening on Tuesday, so that would be good fun. Again, I can't really take footage because they're my work colleagues and that's not fair, but I hope you're up to some really nice things this week. Lots of you are teachers and hopefully are taking some time off over Christmas, so do let me know. But until then, stay safe and well everybody. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Bye.